Nestled in the arid nothingness of northern Nevada, a burgeoning boomtown of tech in one of the world's driest deserts.
We are Shangri-La for data centers.
Shangri-La for
data centers.
Is this the new Silicon Valley? What is this?
It is. So this is Tahoe Reno Industrial Center.
Yeah. Commercial real estate developer Chris Thompson is taking us for a ride inside the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, one of the biggest business complexes in the country, a larger footprint than the city of Detroit.
There was nothing out here but coyotes, creosote, and dirt trails 25 years ago. And here we are. You're going to see some heavy equipment.
Decades ago, the area was zoned for industrial use only. No housing, streamlining permitting, now for Fortune 500 companies. It's fast becoming one of the world's most popular places for AI data centers, hubs of sprawling special-built server farms capable of hosting the intense data demands of artificial intelligence.
And all of this will be data centers.
It will all data centers, yes, sir.
Data centers, the new frontier of tech, now popping up across the country, requiring a minimal workforce to operate, but they come with some big trade-offs, like the huge amounts of power to run them and water to keep them cool. In 2023, they consumed an estimated 200 billion gallons of water, if you include the water needed as part of electricity generation, according to the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. What the data centers are using directly, as much water as about 500,000 people, and it's only expected to rise as the AI boom continues. And a Bloomberg investigation found that 2/3 of all new U.S. data centers are being built in water-scarce regions, with projects getting pushback in other states, like Arizona.
Concerns about the water and power guzzling data centers.
And Texas.
I'm a fighter. I don't quit.
Where severe drought is a major concern. And Nevada already has 61 centers.
It's really scary for the folks who live here. It's scary for myself.
We met Sierra Club Regional Director Olivia Tanager outside of a new data center under construction in Reno.
When you look at this site, you know that a data center is coming. Are you worried?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm worried and I'm fearful.
Unlike what's being built here in the desert, centers like this one are going up next to neighborhoods within city limits. Tanager says there aren't enough rainy days like this one to support the developments without more guardrails.
Is the city prepared for that kind of growth?
Absolutely not. Residents' utility bills are already going up. We have water issues out the wazoo, and we know that data centers are extremely energy and water intensive, and the city is not prepared.
The sudden spread of these new tech temples has other residents worried too, like bar owner Anton Casano.
What's your biggest fear with the water usage there?
That it's not the best use of that water. Because when you're thinking about it, it's a finite resource. There's the people that need it to drink, and also our water rates are going to go up.
We hit the road to look for possible fixes that might ease that burden.
All right, so we're making our way to Sparks. It's a smaller city just outside of Reno. No data centers here yet, but they're likely on the way, with, of course, water being the primary concern. But some city officials think they may have the solution.
Sparks City Council member Diane Vanderwell admits her city's possible idea, well, kind of stinks.
They're coming so fast and quick that I'd rather be proactive.
Vanderwell took us to the Sparks wastewater treatment plant, where the city has a program called Effluent to transform a small portion of this wastewater into a renewable resource.
We use it on our parks and golf courses and things like that.
Could this be a solution for these data centers that use so much water? That's the big concern, right?
Right, and that they are water heavy. And the thing is yes, this is one of the solutions that we are looking at.
The good news, an effluent pipeline from this plant runs right into the heart of that desert business complex.
We put in a 20-mile pipeline. That means their cooling is going to run probably 95% on reclaimed water.
But from what I understand, you're not fully using it yet.
Don't need it yet.
You don't need it yet.
Yeah. But we will in the future, I believe, with the data centers coming in here. Absolutely.
And that's the point everyone agrees on. Data centers are coming. And stakeholders like Chris argue it's a good thing. Economic diversification for a region too reliant on tourism and casinos, while others worry places like Reno will become unrecognizable and the state's water supply unsustainable.
And Steve Patterson is joining us now. Steve, I understand there's a big meeting coming up that's going to decide the future of these data centers within city limits.
Yeah, Yasmin, really big day tomorrow. The Regional Planning Governing Board there is set to vote on whether a major development just north of Reno, as you saw there, called Stonegate, can amend their original development plans for a huge amount of residential housing, with a big part of it becoming, you guessed it, industrial. It's essentially a precedent setter because it could pave the way for the direction this whole region could take when it comes to building these data centers for years and years to come.
Nice, Steve Patterson for us. Thank you, Steve.
Now we can get to this week's edition of Ask Ellen. Ellen, this one is in the news a lot these days as these products become more and more common. Do data centers that run AI impact the environment?
Yes, they do, and in a few ways. So let's go ahead and get to it. AI, really interesting. Remember, they run off of these data centers. We have a data center right here in West Michigan. When you're using something like ChatGPT, which uses AI to generate information, a typical ChatGPT search uses 10 times the energy of a Google search, which is massive. So in addition to the energy demand, which is pretty massive, these data centers also require lots and lots of very clean water. Data centers running with computer energy, that gets hot. So you need that clean, cold water to roll through some of these computer systems in order to cool it down. Technicians say the water must be absolutely pristine, drinkable level quality in order for it to work. Otherwise, some of the machinery could actually begin to corrode. So a lot of these data centers are pulling from municipal water, some of that clean water that usually goes to residents. Very interesting stuff. And 2012, there are only 500,000 data centers in the world, only. Now, in 2025, it's grown to 8 million, which is incredible. So there have been some talks about regulation underway on a global scale. Definitely still the first stages. These are really complex systems. So to decide on AI regulation and how to report it, that's going to take a lot of discussion. There's also been a lot of improvement in AI optimization, which means that AI is just getting better at working. So it's doing more with less. It's doing better performance-wise with less energy. Now, the last thing I want to bring up is it's not just consumption. AI is also giving back. There are a lot of ways it's making a lot of things more efficient. For example, one study says that an AI-run home uses 40% less carbon. Farmers are using AI like crazy to optimize how much water they're using, how much insecticide and fungicide. So AI could actually improve a lot of things, including how many clouds airplanes produce. Really interesting stuff.
You had to muddy the waters with that last slide.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm like,
bad. Still good.
There's much more,
All right, thanks, Ellen.
You can't hardly breathe. It's just like your whole world is collapsing down on you, and it's frightening.
Easter Knox lives just over a mile from XAI.
I really wasn't getting the fresh air. I was getting that pollution that was mixed in with everything.
You know how you light your stove and that gas seeps with the little ticking noise? That's what it smelled like.
Alexis Humphreys grew up here, one street away from Easter.
When I smelled it the first time, I was asleep. And it woke me up because I thought gas was seeping in the house, but come to find out, we come outside and all the neighbors was outside trying to figure out what's going on.
The area around XAI leads the state in emergency department visits for asthma. Memphis has one of the highest rates of toxic air releases of any American city, and many of its most polluting facilities are in this neighborhood.
He was an ordinary dad, full of joy, full of jokes.
Last year, Alexis lost her grandfather, who struggled with a respiratory illness called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD.
COPD is a breathing condition, but you don't get it unless you smoke cigarettes. And my granddad didn't smoke cigarettes, but every 3 weeks or so, my granddad was going to the hospital. He would have to get breathing treatments. I have asthma, bronchitis. My mom has just bronchitis, and now my granny has it.
Easter and her husband have also developed COPD. What does it feel like?
Feel like you're fixing to die.
Elon, what he did with Memphis is objectively somewhat dirty, but he's also doing it in an area where there's like a bigger natural gas plant right next door and like a wastewater treatment and a garbage dump nearby, right? And he's obviously made the world a lot more clean than that one data center.
In just 1 year, XAI has blown past existing polluters.
They're emitting somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 tons of NOx. I'm an air pollution guy, so I deal in those numbers all the time, and that's larger than anything else in Memphis.
Gas turbines like these release three main types of deadly pollution: nitrogen oxides, formaldehyde, and fine particulate matter. Nitrogen oxides combine with other pollutants to form ground-level ozone, which causes and worsens asthma and COPD. Formaldehyde causes cancer, and particulate matter, airborne soot, can pass through your lungs and into your bloodstream, causing heart disease.
Most companies that I've dealt with go to great lengths and spend a lot of money to make sure that the day they turn on their operations, they're also turning on their pollution control equipment. That's a given. For a company to do this, it's treating the people who live there as if they don't count.